Hello and welcome back to another video of my channel. My name is Hassan and today I am going to tell you guys about my Group D, E and F predictions. Let's start with Group D. Group D consists of the hosts USA, Australia, Paraguay and Turkey. This is a very even group and any of these teams have an even chance to come top in this group or come last in this group. Let's start with the hosts USA. USA is coming to this World Cup as host for the second time and they're coming in decent form. The last time USA hosted the World Cup was in 1994 when Brazil won it. This time around USA has a very okay chance to reach the quarterfinals and have a okay chance to just come last in their group. The USA's form has been decent. They've beaten the AFCON champion Senegal 3-2, but they've lost to Portugal 2-0 and Belgium 5-2. And they have also beaten teams that are in their group like Paraguay and Australia 2-1. Now let's move on to Turkey. Turkey is coming to this World Cup as a playoff winner. They beat Kosovo in the final 1-0. Turkey has a very good team, but they fail when the expectation is too high and sometimes they succeed when people aren't really expecting much from them. They have very good young talents like Arda Güler in Real Madrid and Kiran Yildiz in Juventus. Turkey is mainly plays on transition football, quick counter-attacks and sharp passes from Arda Güler like you guys saw in the playoffs. Now let's move on to Australia. Australia isn't coming to this World Cup in the best form like they were last World Cup when they nearly beat Argentina in the round of 16. This time around they aren't the favorite to top this group, but they aren't the favorite to come bottom either, so it's do or die for them this World Cup. Australia's recent form hasn't been that bad, but they have lost to a team in the group USA 2-1. So overall, Australia just have to not leak too much goals and also attack a bit better. Now let's move on to the more less known team in this group, Paraguay. Paraguay came from this new expanded format of South American qualification. They've even beaten teams like Argentina and Brazil in their World Cup qualification. Earlier last year they beat Argentina 2-1 and they've also lost to teams like the USA that are in the group 2-1. They've also beaten teams in one-sided results like Nicaragua 4-0. Overall, my Group D predictions are Turkey first, USA second, Paraguay third and Australia fourth. Now let's move on to Group D. Group D consists of Germany, Ivory Coast, Ecuador and Curaçao. Now let's start with the favorite of this group, Germany. Germany are coming into this group in a sense of hunger as they didn't make it out of the last two World Cup group stages. Since they were winners in 2014, they have never gotten out of their groups. The Germany team has amazing talent like Jamal Musiala, Florian Wirtz and their red card, who I think is injured and is going to miss this World Cup. Germany's latest match was against Finland where they won 4-0 and some of the other fixtures have been good too, like beating Ghana 2-1 and beating Switzerland 4-3. Now let's move on to Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is coming into this World Cup with high motivation as they beat one of the World Cup favorites France 2-1. Desire Doué's brother even scored a goal and gave the winning assist when Amad Diallo scored the winning goal. Ivory Coast has a very young squad and they have the youngest squad in average, 25.8. Now let's move on to Ecuador. Ecuador has an amazing team, having Caicedo, William Pacho and Hincapié. Ecuador's team has an amazing defense, but the only thing they lack is the attack. They just lack goals. Like they've had a lot of nil-nil results in the World Cup qualifiers and in the recent friendlies. Now let's move on to Curaçao. Curaçao is the smallest nation population-wise to qualify for the FIFA World Cup. Curaçao is coming into this World Cup while hopes to maybe get a point or snatch at least a draw against the likes of Ecuador. Maybe a nil-nil draw against Ecuador is their main aim this World Cup. So my Group E predictions are that Ivory Coast first, Germany second, Ecuador third and then Curaçao fourth. And a lot of you guys will be thinking, why is Germany second? The main reason is that I don't think that they can beat the likes of Ivory Coast or maybe they draw against Ecuador because they are in that same old Germany team that had people like Klose their striker has a big problem as they will have to use Kai Havertz or someone like Nick Watermade. Now let's move on to Group F. Group F has Japan, Netherlands, Sweden and Tunisia. Let's start off with the group favorite Netherlands. Netherlands are coming into this World Cup with huge expectations as there's a lot of pressure in their manager Koeman. People have been saying that he isn't the right man for the job, so he will have huge pressure to deliver in this World Cup. The Netherlands team has one problem, that they're missing their star player Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons will miss this World Cup due to his ACL injury in the relegation battle with Spurs. Now with his ACL injury, Netherlands will lag, and now that they haven't even picked Micah Gods, gives them a huge problem that who will do all of those fancy footwork while scoring those crucial goals inside the box or the long shots. Now let's move on to Japan. Japan is coming into this World Cup with very good form, beating England in Wembley 1-0, becoming the first ever Asian team to do so. Japan doesn't have those teams with big names, even if now they do, like Takafuso Kubo or Mitoma, but Mitoma will be missing this World Cup as he is injured. So Japan mainly relies on not big names but the way they play. They have quick transitions and play very quick running football. Now let's move on to Sweden. Sweden has huge controversy coming to this World Cup as in the initial group stage they did have 0 points. Sweden are coming into this World Cup with huge controversy of qualifying as they came last place in the qualification group, but then due to their Nation League performances they went to the playoffs where they beat Poland 3-2 in the final. That ensures that Lewandowski doesn't play his last ever World Cup. From Goiker is being clutch for his nation. Graham Potter said that people don't respect Goiker as enough. Well, I think he's a bit overrated for his standards. Now let's move on to Tunisia. Tunisia is one of those 9 African teams plus that one African playoff team that qualified for this World Cup. But they got very unlucky that Sweden qualified. So now their defense will be highly tested. Even if Tunisia has had some commanding results like beating Qatar 3-0, but we all know that Qatar isn't the best team in the world. So my Group F predictions are Japan first, Netherlands second, Sweden third and then Tunisia fourth. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to write in the comments what you guys want to see and what I can do to improve. Thank you.